Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dorothy, for welcoming me today. It's a joy. So I'd like to begin. Have you ever heard the quote from Mother Teresa? Let us always meet each other with a smile, for a smile is the beginning of love. Or, I don't do great things. I do small things with great love. These are quotes I try to live by, and maybe it'll inspire you to live by them as well. Good morning. My name is Rita Giovanni. I am a Catholic mother of 2 children. I have been married for 18 years. I am a working mother of a 14-year-old son and a 10-year-old daughter. I work as a nurse at the world-renowned hospital known as the Hospital for Sick Children in Toronto. The Hospital for Sick Children opened in 1875, and it houses 453 beds and is affiliated with the University of Toronto. My specialty is oncology and hematology. Being a nurse is rewarding. Working as a nurse leaves me knowing I have touched someone's heart in many ways. By the care I provide, by the time I take to listen to a parent, or simply just holding a child's hand. Since becoming a mother, I have become even more emotional working with patients I care for. However, I have learned to have more empathy than sympathy to help me get through my day. Currently in the news, you may have heard that the Hospital for Sick Children will be accepting 2 families from Ukraine whose child has cancer. Excuse me. Canada is doing everything they can to help those affected by war in the Ukraine. As Mother Teresa says, go out into the world today and love the people you meet. Let your presence light a new light in the hearts of those around you. I know Sick Kids will light a new light to these families arriving at Sick Kids on my unit. When I first heard Sick Kids was accepting 2 families, I felt very emotional. How beautiful it was that these families would arrive in a safe country and be overjoyed with the gift of having their child receive their cancer treatment without any more interruptions. Imagine this was you. How would you feel? Would you be able to live through all this? Where would you live? And what would happen to your family? We are here on earth to do God's will. And I know we can all do small things with great love, just as Mother Teresa said. I joined Mother's Group and my parish at St. Benedict's in 2015 because I wanted to meet like-minded Catholic mothers. I wanted to get more insight into raising my children in a Catholic faith. We are living in a very different society compared to the one I grew up in. I needed new ideas, more ideas. I needed more faith. I needed to find ways to teach faith to my children. I started asking myself, if I was going to church every Sunday, was this enough? I was searching for more. I always enjoyed talking with others, so I thought it would be different for me to just listen and be inspired by other women's wisdom. I soon learned that Mother's Group gave me an opportunity to not just listen, but to talk and express myself, share my thoughts and ideas, and help one another. Then the unimaginable happened. Dorothy asked me to be a co-leader for our Mother's Group. I asked myself, was I actually good enough for this? I just finished reading Becoming by Michelle Obama. And in the book, she always asked herself if she was good enough. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves this and believe in ourselves that yes, we are good enough. My first response to Dorothy was yes. I was very excited. However, I did think about the challenges I would face. I thought about, would I have time? I was a busy mother taking my son to hockey and hockey practices, my daughter, her dance lessons. I talked to my husband about it. and I thought I couldn't do it due to his late working hours, but he would support me with this calling. I thought about my presentation skills. I haven't presented since university. Then I was stressed about Zoom. I don't use this platform as a nurse. It's going to take me a long time to learn it, but I soon did learn it. Then I found the Mothers Group membership portal. It opened my eyes to the support and resources offered to the Mothers Group leaders. I realized the resources for the leaders are at our fingertips. There are training videos, coaching, a list of guest speakers, etc., to help us prepare for the meetings. There was so much more to guide me. The best indicator for me was having the opportunity to watch our leader at St. Benedict's, Rita Cellio. She is wonderful. She's a great example. She is simply outstanding. She just makes all us mothers feel so comfortable. We really engage in the discussion. She organizes the group in a great way. There's a great agenda. There's always an interesting discussion. And sometimes we even go overtime. So it's usually 7:30 to 8:30. We don't leave Rema's group till about 9 p.m. because it's just so engaging. She carried the torch and I stepped up to the plate because I truly felt that the Lord was calling me to facilitate Mothers Group. I listened to him and I followed him. I'm so happy that I did because all my thoughts and worries were not worries anymore. Everything fell into place. I was good enough, I told myself. We are all good enough. As long as you believe in yourself, anything is possible. Our thoughts can sometimes cloud our vision for something that is possible. Interestingly, Forbes states that putting yourself in new and unfamiliar situations triggers a unique part of the brain that releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. I had to add that in. As a nurse, I have to know how the brain works and why we do things. So this really justified it for me. In other words, once you actually put yourself into a new situation or give yourself a new challenge, you'll start to feel good. My interest in Mothers Group began 7 years ago when I saw the announcement in my church bulletin to attend Mothers Group. I started first by meeting wonderful mothers in my parish at St. Benedict's who are a very positive and encouraging group of friends. I started telling other mothers I knew and they joined me. It was so satisfying to go. I began doing the rosary, which I didn't do regularly growing up as a child, and I wish I did. Through this experience, I found so much comfort in going to Mothers Group and starting with the rosary, praying, asking for each person's personal intentions, and we would pray for them, and then begin the presentation. This Mothers Group experience brought me to become a leader and find the fruits of success by using the Mothers Group Starter Kit. This was so helpful. It made it easy for me. I watched the videos. I read as much as I could to get all the information that I needed to make Mothers Group prosperous. Dorothy has been a big inspiration to me, and I'm always amazed with what she has accomplished. So thank you, Dorothy. You are truly an inspiration. She drives me to do well and be an example of her energy and faith. I know she believed in me, and I am so thankful she asked me to be a co-leader for my Mothers Group. This experience so far has been a joyful time for me. Eventually, I started co-leading my Mothers Group at the beginning of December of 2021. We were still using Zoom platform due to COVID, and after much support from Dorothy, Rema, Bernadette, and the Lord, this kind kinship and support system helped me overcome my worries, and I learned how to navigate through Zoom and prepare for my presentations. I thought I would run out of time and energy to prepare for my first meeting, but my thoughts were wrong. Instead, I gained energy. I was so excited and was learning so much. In fact, one of our parish administrators heard I was taking on the leadership in my Mothers Group, and she congratulated me. She offered me to speak to her sister, who was also named Rita.
Who's also a mother's group leader.
And she's also a mother's group leader. That's right.
Yeah.
And she asked me to talk to her sister about a presentation that she did on Advent. She was so touched by it that she thought I would, just try it with your group, Rita, see how it goes. I think everyone will really enjoy the topic. So I emailed Rita and we chatted about this topic. She sent me the link to an online site to watch the video with these beautiful images of Mary and Joseph preparing for Advent. I was so grateful. The images were stunning. Antoinette reached out to me and it led me to her sister. It inspired me to do the topic on what did Mary do for Advent? My mother's group enjoyed my presentation, especially the images in the video. I feel that this experience was the Lord working. It was connecting us, the three of us, Antoinette, Rita, and I. We were together, we were sharing ideas, and at the end, the ideas were so fruitful. If you were thinking and becoming a mother's group leader, listen to your heart and follow the Lord and accept the calling. Now, this is the time. He needs you, we need you, and you need to give this gift to yourself. Being a mother's group leader not only gives you great joy, but also new friendships, a new beginning, a new project, a new skill, a new purpose to living and giving back to others. You can do it. I know you can. I'm not here to tell you this is easy by any means. Like anything in life, being a mother's group leader takes time, it takes effort, and it's a calling from the Holy Spirit. I love how April mentioned, this isn't my mother's group. It's the Spirit, the Holy Lord is calling us, and we need to give him that time. We need to give ourselves that time, and it means so much. Listen carefully. You will know when that calling is. There are so many places to find information about Mother's Group. Visit the ministry website at catholicmomsgroup.com, or you can call the ministry, you can make a donation to the ministry, or simply start attending a Mother's Group meeting at your parish. It's been a pleasure speaking with you all, and thank you very much.